This is outrageous. This council must not in good conscience recognize the legitimacy of this rogue state and its hostile occupation of the Landran territory.
I understand your outrage, Councilman, I truly do. However, I must remind you that Osunda has not been governed by the United Kingdoms of Landra or this council since they declared independence from your nation over 3 years ago. With that in mind, I assure you the newly formed Tribunal nation of Etheria has no hostile intent towards your kingdoms. I have been sent here specifically to broker peace between our two nations and put your minds at ease knowing Etheria and the Tribunal have done no wrong.
What of your occupation of the northern kingdoms? Osunda may have seceded from this council. However, that does not justify the reported tribunal occupations of our northern kingdoms, such as Numero and Urkham.
Our reports suggest these occupations, as well as the blockade of Fort Charlesburg, were carried out by a faction of rogue Landran soldiers led by Captain Oscar Boland. We believe Captain Oscar led this mutiny of his own volition, and the nation of Etheria claims no responsibility for his actions or the events of the battle at Fort Charlesburg.
That's a lie! Their leader Diana was at the fort when we attacked!
Silence yourself, Ravager! This is a Landran Council hearing. You are here as a guest of General Olenna, and are lucky you are not being put on trial yourself for your own crimes against this council.
Jakob speaks the truth. Diana was at the fort during the battle. He was the one who subdued my father before Captain Oscar executed him.
I mean no disrespect, General. But the fact is, you were badly injured during the battle, and regretfully, this council has not yet been presented with any proof that this Diano person even exists. In this chamber, we must act on facts and reasoning to come to a fair conclusion that is in the best interest of Landra's citizens.
Thank you, Counselor. I humbly remind this chamber that Etheria and its leaders do not wish for any more conflict. We seek only to be recognized as a legitimate state by the United Kingdoms of Landra.
So we should just kill you now.
Excuse me?
I said we should just kill you now. You've said it yourself. Etheria and the Tribunal have done no wrong. And this council cannot agree to go to war with an innocent nation. So, I should just kill you now, and let this mysterious dino make the next move?
Charlie! That is enough! This is a council chamber, not an arena. Put that damn blade down! Mr. Spokesman, you may leave this chamber in peace and return to us on Etheria. You may tell your masters that their message has been received, and this council will begin deliberating on what our next course of action will be.
You ignorant fools! You can't let him walk away! You can't let them get away with it! I'll kill him myself if I have to!
Olenna, no!
Get off me, you bastards! I'm sorry I couldn't do more.
It's okay, Olenna. We did everything we could. But I'm not done fighting yet.
So, what do we do next? I forget how much I hate desert gear. The wraps are so itchy.
It's traditional Abalonian armor. It'll keep the sun off your skin. Plus it's form-fitting, so you can move and fight quickly, and look damn good doing it.
Oh. Is that why you stopped at the fruit stand on the way here?
We've done a lot of work to get here. How are you feeling?
Ready.
It seems our guests are arriving. Be sure to play nice. Considering everyone's history, I'll be impressed if we make it to Kalo in one piece.
What, Ramir? You don't think your hired security can be professionals?
Because you're right. If you want professionalism, that's gonna cost double our normal rate.
You're lucky you two are the best at what you do. Look sharp. They're here. Greetings, councilmen. I am Ramir Antar, Governor of Avalon. I hope your trip was pleasant. And I assure you, even if it wasn't, the trip back home will sure to remedy your discontent. I was told Charlie's steward would be joining us.
Apologies for the confusion, Governor Antar. I don't like to be cooped up. And I thought this would be a good chance for this young man to practice his writing skills.
No need to apologize, Miss Stewart. As a former soldier myself, I can appreciate such desires. And who might this young man be?
Go on, introduce yourself.
Martin Stewart. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Governor.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, Mr. Stewart. Please, call me Ramir. Now tell me, Martin, have you ever ridden on a train before?
No, sir, but I'm excited to be one of the first.
Would you like to see the path we'll be taking to Kalo? And we are currently right here.
In Avalon?
Yes, and we will be traveling along this line to get to Kalo. Along the way, we'll have to
pass through Bacania. It's the largest kingdom in Landra, and the only way to reach Kalo by land.
Very good. Aren't you a bright young fellow? Here, you hold on to this, and we will see if you can follow along with the map during our ride. Finally, the rest of our guests are arriving. Greetings, honored Etherian guests. I am so glad you decided to accept our humble invitation. Today is a momentous day in our continent's history, and I am pleased to share it with you all. You must be Lord Oscar Boland, the Chief of the Northern Territories.
Enough with the pleasantries, old man. I did not trudge my way through this damn desert to make new friends.
Of course, my lord. Well, now that we're all here, it seems we can begin. I will ask you all to deposit any weapons you may have with my private security detail before boarding the locomotive.
You expect us to hand over our weapons to a group of mercenaries for protection?
That is correct, Miss Stewart. My hired security is a neutral third party. The way I understand it, Olenna and Jakob here have no loyalty to either of your two nations, making them a suitable choice.
Oh, Olenna is a former Landran general. You expect me to believe she has no bias to her former masters?
That seems a little hypocritical coming from you, my Lord Oscar.
Alright, I'll go first. I want you to hold on to this for the duration of the trip. I trust you, of all people, to be able to appreciate the significance of this blade.
I won't let it out of my sight.
You that bitch couldn't be trusted to remain impartial. She's just as impulsive and arrogant as her father was before I liberated his big head from his shoulders.
You lying, traitorous son of a bitch! I'll show you impulsive when I cut you like a filthy fucking pig, you deprived animal! I'll paint the walls with your blood and watch as the light leaves your eyes, you wretched worm!
That's enough, Olenna.
Jacob, get her under control. You two, bring him to the medic.
I know you want to kill him. And damn it, I want to kill him too. But we have to stay focused on the mission. We've gone too far to throw it all away now.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I don't know if I can do it. Every time I look at him, I see Father's face.
Then do it for your father. We have to focus on the true goal. Oscar may have been the one to swing the sword, but remember who really killed your father. It was Deanna who gave the plan, and it was Deanna who gave the order. With the money from this job, we will be able to fund a rebellion, a real rebellion, and take the fight to him. And then we can avenge everything we lost. But we have to do it smart, and we have to do it together. Can you do that?
Well, I guess it's a little late to back out now, huh?
Stay here and watch our backs.
Councilman. I expected tensions would be running high. That's exactly why my guards are here, for your protection in the first place.
Governor, I mean no disrespect, but it's your guards that worry me most. Watching a fellow diplomat be assaulted by one doesn't exactly leave me feeling protected.
I apologize, Councilman. However, I assure you Lord Oscar is being well cared for despite his outbursts and blatant provocation of the security staff. This locomotive has been equipped with a state-of-the-art medical bay, and I am certain he will be patched up in no time. Now, if you excuse me, I will go check him out now.
blade suits you. You wear it well.
Thank you, my lady.
Oh, please. We're all soldiers. It's just Charlie to you. To both of you. So, a captain of the remnant whose home was taken from him by the Tribunal, and an ex-general of Landra, whose father was killed by their leader. They team up and create one of the most powerful mercenary guilds in Landra over the course of a few short years. Then, coincidentally, as their guild grows in numbers and funding, so too does the frequency of skirmishes and raids reported along Etheria's borders. Your efforts to fight the Tribunal have not gone unnoticed by me.
You have no proof of any connection between us and...
Relax, Olenna. Remember, you're talking to a rebel. And I'm no stranger to unorthodox tactics. I respect it.
Then why don't you help us? Landra sits in ignorance while we try to wage a war on his behalf.
Look around you. It's all politics. Etheria doesn't harm us, we can't touch them. If it were up to me, I would have mobilized the army the day they stepped on our shores. But I'm not the queen of the world, even as some people think I am. And I can't ask Landra to go willingly into another civil war without a damn good reason.
Then maybe we should make one for you.
Your father was a good friend, Olenna. I'm sorry I never got to apologize for what happened before it. But I'm not your enemy. After we get off this train and we're back in Kalo, I'll do whatever I can to divert some of our resources to your guild. Weapons, armor, coin, whatever you need. All on the table, of course. I can't take your side publicly, but I want you to know that you have Landra's support.
You're a Ravager, right?
Well,
My mum trusted you with the golden sword. That must mean you were a great fighter. She told me that the Ravagers were the best warriors she ever fought. If that's true, then I'm glad you're here to protect us.
What else do you know about the Ravagers?
They were led by Rebecca the Flame, the golden sword of Bacania, until my dad beat her in the duel. Led the remaining forces to victory. With the help of the pirate clan, and together they formed the Remnant, which ruled asunder, until the Tribunal invaded, and renamed the land to Etheria.
You're quite a historian, young man.
I will say some of the facts are a little iffy. I wouldn't consider the siege of Akicha to be a Landran victory. We did get away after all.
Yeah, after my father routed and crippled 90% of your forces.
And my father too.
Hey, all I'm saying is, it wasn't a total defeat.
Get down!
Go!
Attention everyone! The train has been hijacked. I see many of you are injured, and this barricade will not hold for very long. I suggest everyone move to the infirmary at the rear of the train. We can better treat the wounded and fortify our position from the attackers.
You should have let me kill that bastard when I had the chance. Now the Tribunal has control of the train and we're heading straight for the capital. We have to warn Kalo this could be a precursor to another invasion.
We can't warn anyone from here. The train is moving too fast for any message we send out to get there before us. How did you let this happen? I trusted you two with the security.
They must have climbed outside of the train to bypass us and reach the vault. We couldn't have planned for anyone to do something so suicidal.
It's not like it matters now anyways. The train is lost. There's no point dwelling on how or why. What matters now is how we plan to take it back.
If they simply wanted this train, they would have detached the other cars the second they made it to the front. They attacked us because they wanted something. They wanted me. And I bet they won't be satisfied until they have me.
So what do you suggest we do?
I suggest we...
The men have searched everybody. There's no sign of her.
She was hit during the escape attempt. She's likely already dead.
Were the Brilliance's instructions not clear enough for you, Oscar? If we don't have her body, then we can't prove she's dead. Now you will find her, kill her, and confirm her death. Or we'll be forced to alter the plan.
If my brilliance demands a body, then a body he shall receive.
Good. There is no place for failure in our new world order. Your predecessor failed and he was replaced. Don't start thinking you're any different.
Well, listen up! I want you to take down that barricade into the next train car and kill everyone inside of it. And when you finish clearing that car, I want you to do it to the next one. And the one after that, until everyone is cleared out. Or until Charlie Stewart is laying at my feet. I'm sure I don't need to remind any of you what happens if you fail to please the Brilliance.
Begin.